Welcome to Free Beer Friday, powered in part by the Bearded Monk and Classic of Denton. The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts and their guests are those of the show host and guests, and not necessarily those of the sponsors, DentonRadio.com, or the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. For more information, visit the Policies and Procedures page at DentonRadio.com.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Free Beer Friday.
Hello.
Your host, as always, Ben Easley from The Bearded Monk. And look, who is this? Who is this? What's going on here?
Jennifer, the bearded lady, and I am dressed in 80s outfits, by the way.
I love
also
it.
have
Bearded
socks.
lady.
I have socks
Look
with
at
my
that.
dog on
Yes.
And from previous episodes,
Yeah,
you might
you
remember Willow
Yeah,
from coming
you
to
know
hang
Willow.
with us.
Yeah.
But-
Is that your own dog?
It is
That
my
is
own
Willow
dog
on
my
socks?
It's a Willow sock.
Wait, did you have those made?
Yes, for Matt. And those were
That is amazing.
last year's Christmas present.
And then you stole them.
For yourself.
And then I sold them tonight because I was like, well, it's a bow and a dog, and I need high socks, so I'm going to go ahead and do that.
That totally works. Wait, so what are you doing? Why are you dressed up in 80s?
They have 80s night at Legacy Hall down in Plano tonight.
Oh.
And my big brother invited me.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
sweet.
So I get to go down and hang out 80s night and look like an 80s person.
look like an 80s person.
I tried. I can't even. This is like as big as my hair can go. I'm
you
trying.
were clearly born in the 90s
Yeah,
with
I
that hair.
was. Just not even. I can't even.
I want to go and just wear a trench coat and walk around with a boombox.
I thought this was going a different
would be-
place.
Me
Yeah.
too.
But yeah, trench coat.
Oh.
I think
you
you
should do
Oh no, not like. Okay, I want to open my drink.
Let's do it.
All right.
Can we do this?
Well.
Yes.
I want everybody that's not watching to hear.
That was so beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, it was so in sync. Get it? That's
Okay, I'll do this
90s.
up to the
Sorry.
mic.
In sync.
It took me a minute. Hello.
That's cheap.
So.
That's cheap.
Oh, I know.
Oh, so if you're just listening on DentonRadio.com, you just missed us all opening our Locust Cider.
Dark
maple. Yeah.
Washington apples blended with maple dates and brown sugar.
Oh, wait, why are we drinking this?
Yeah, why
Hold
are
on.
we?
No, you need to say who you are first.
Yeah, what's up,
Yeah.
girl?
I'm Betsy.
Hi.
I hail from Union Bear and also Funky Picnic
That's
Nice.
right.
because I like to drive everywhere.
Yes, but you live in town.
You will drive.
Yeah, but I live in Denton.
Yes.
That is how much I love Denton.
Yes.
I work
Aw.
everywhere else, but I live in Denton
We all
because I
love-
literally love it so much.
It's the best town.
But we are neighbors. I
We
actually
are.
work my moonlighting weekend job is right down the street from you, and we sell your cider
Yes.
do.
at Funky Picnic. So
What is
tell
this
us-
cider? Who is this?
Well, who is
Who are
this
you?
first?
What are you doing?
Who am I?
Who is this and who is this?
I am Patrick. Can we give last names, or is this like
You
can
AA?
if you want, yeah.
Oh,
Patrick.
hi,
Hi,
Patrick.
Patrick.
Because we already cracked open an alcoholic beverage.
This better not be AA. I mean.
We are not doing well.
Off the wagon. Yeah, I'm Patrick. I'm Spears, I guess. I can use the last name.
Mm-hmm.
One of the owners of Locust Cider.
Yeah.
1 year into Fort Worth now.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right down there in the South Side side.
exactly.
So how did you guys
Fort
start?
Worth.
Yeah.
What made you want to open a cidery?
So, my oldest brother actually made me want to open a cidery. He had the idea back in
Is this
20.
older brother reference night?
Yeah, aw.
It is.
Did you get an older brother that like prompted you to do something?
I have 3
Like
older
open a
brothers.
cider?
He
That
put you in a
prompt
nuggie and
me
he's like,
or
"We're
make
opening
me
a
do things.
cidery."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just graduated college and was looking for work in radio and broadcast. And he had the idea.
He's on it right now.
Exactly. Full circle. It's weird how things work out. Yeah, he had the idea to open up a cidery up in the Pacific Northwest. He was living outside of Seattle at the time, and he needed help. He was about to have a second child, and I had nothing but student loans ahead of me. So why not go
Bright
into more debt right off the bat?
There you go. At least, did you have a kid? Do you have a kid?
No, I have
Yeah,
nothing.
see,
No,
I don't either.
I
Got deep.
I have a lot of family and a
Right.
girlfriend who might be watching or listening, so I
Hey,
do have
man.
something.
Well,
Yeah.
congratulations on the new baby. That's all I have to say.
Right.
You heard it here.
Oh man, too real. So yeah, I moved out there in 2015, early 2015, and we opened up in Woodinville, Washington initially.
and kept plugging along, and finally we hit a point to where we wanted to, or we both did, but I specifically wanted to go back home to Fort Worth.
Right on.
So I moved out in 2017. We had signed a lease around that time, and finally opened up a place near Southside 2018. So just last October.
Year,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
wow.
we're producing there now, and
So it's like 1 year
have a
old.
tap room. Yeah. We're
Happy birthday.
thank you.
Late birthday. Sorry.
We
Happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be celebrating with a party mid-December.
Nice.
So the 14th,
Well,
December
there you go.
14th. I don't know when this will air on the actual podcast stream.
It's
or-
right
Oh,
now.
it's going live.
It's
We're
live right now.
live right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Perfect. So
So
anybody
catch
hearing
it
this,
up.
December 14th, Locust Cider, 1 year
Yes.
anniversary and holiday party.
Nice.
And holiday
All
party.
right.
So
We'll
what is
catch
this
all.
until you got some music? You got some.
Some ugly sweaters.
We'll have
Ooh,
a
ugly sweaters.
food truck outside.
Beard
We will have a cupcake vendor doing some holiday-specific treats inside.
Nom, 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 nom.
We'll be tapping some special ciders, including some holiday themed stuff. I'm toying around with juniper right now.
Ooh,
So
I love
Oh,
juniper.
yeah, plus bringing back our fall cobbler around that
is
time.
this?
Cinnamon and pineapple.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that sounds
Yeah.
delicious.
I'm kind of getting hungry right now.
Yeah, I know. I was like, can I put some cinnamon on some pineapple right now? I just.
I like to grill pineapple and then put cinnamon on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I heard grilled watermelon is like very meaty textured. Did you know that?
I haven't grilled
Okay.
a watermelon. We'll find out.
I haven't grilled
Okay.
watermelon either.
All right,
This-
fruit grilling party.
Yeah.
We have a
Right?
fruit grilling party at the anniversary.
Exactly.
Yeah,
let's
I'm
do
open to it.
All right, I'm on board.
So I want to talk about this delicious cider, by the way, and it has like the coolest can art on it.
Yes, it
Oh, yeah.
does.
Yeah, if you can see it. I'm always like terrible at turning the can. somehow. There we go. I think I did it. Yay. There we go.
Yada.
So
I
it's a
trust
little locust.
Yeah,
It is.
Little Dios de los Muertos locust.
exactly. Yeah.
It is so cute. And there's a little apple in it. And it's adorable. I love it.
Look at all this down the side. You've got all these fruits.
Oh, yeah.
Look at all this.
There's like a pear
There's
and
so
a
much
flower and a
happening.
cherry.
Yeah, we
and
can't
all
just
of that.
keep it
the
specifically
flowers.
to the apple. We gotta venture out from time
Yeah,
to time.
that's. Oh,
Because
so you
y'all
make
do
like pear
all the
ciders?
time.
Yeah,
Nice.
I like to keep things weird. We don't want to be too, focused on what we do.
It's very
So-
delicious. It doesn't taste too sweet.
Right.
And that is something amazing.
Oh, what's up,
About
David
this.
Clark? Union Bear, he says.
Sorry, off topic. But David commented, and you guys can comment right now.
You can.
And we can reread what you
Communicate with you through the comment.
That's right. Yeah, we can talk.
Hopefully
Sorry.
nothing's posted that can only be rereadable. Nothing too crazy, too.
Oh, there have been some
Always
things that get
outrageous.
posted up, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Or
fun.
text messages that come in.
And you're like, what are you doing? Why are you saying that? Yeah, it's funny. It is very funny. But no, you guys did a really fantastic job with this.
Cool, thank you.
And it's perfect for right now, actually.
Yeah.
It's freezing again. Yesterday it was 70, and now it's 50 or 40
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Wearing shorts is stupid, but hey, you got to do it for the 80s, right?
Exactly.
That's what they did in the 80s.
Yeah,
pants didn't
exactly.
exist.
Yeah. No pants.
didn't
No pants and lots of Aquanet.
Yeah, there were no pants in the 80s.
Yeah.
No.
Just none.
Yeah.
You know,
Shorts.
I never owned a pair of Ambrose, but I wonder if you can buy Ambrose now.
What are Ambrose?
They like this, like
soccer shorts,
short,
like
yeah,
little shorty
soccer
soccer
shorts.
shorts.
Yeah,
Like Polly Bleecker, because that's like the only.
What?
is that the
Juno?
cool thing?
Juno? Have you seen Juno?
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
yes,
yes.
yes.
That's what I
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah,
Like
that-
Polly Bleecker.
With this
All right,
like little cut slits.
Like wind shorts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you
That
did cross
shouldn't-
country or
That's all I
played
remember.
soccer.
That shouldn't.
That and hypercolor.
that
That's all I remember. From
boys
the days.
shouldn't wear.
We all did.
Okay.
We all did. We were adorable.
Nice.
And with a dual stripe knee sock.
I know I was looking for
yeah.
my dual stripe, but I got Willow
No,
instead,
this
which
totally
are pretty
works.
badass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that totally
I
works.
like Willow
Yeah.
socks.
And it works in with the color scheme.
Yeah,
like,
it
you've
does.
got
I
pink,
somehow did
you've got
something.
teal and pink.
And then I did my eyes.
Oh, there you go.
I know they're
snap.
so pretty.
I
Way too
put
much
on a
fun.
gray hoodie with a gray hat, blue jeans, and gray boots.
Get it.
Yeah, I really planned out my color
I've
scheme.
owned
Right?
this jacket
Gray
since middle
hoodie,
school.
So
We're going
about
there.
Nice.
What other events do you guys have planned for this next year?
So we have events planning. I'm terrible at events planning.
We
Putting
have
me
the
on the spot.
Christmas party. I'm
Yeah, we have the anniversary and the holiday party coming up on the 14th. And we do schedule food trucks from time to time, on Saturdays specifically. Yeah, good
what
stuff.
food truck is that comes out?
We do a rotator.
Sweet.
So we've done Coco Shrimp, who's another Fort Worth neighbor that's about to set up. They've come from time to time. They do shrimp, obviously. Then we also have a whole soul food truck. They've come a few times. We do hot dog food trucks. Just whoever wants to come by.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Yeah.
you host. I love that you have like rotating and hosting different food trucks every time or every week.
Yeah.
Every Saturday. That's really cool. So you can provide all the kinds of food.
Exactly.
You know
And
what's
then-
cool about Fort Worth is that you get to take walk-in beers. So do you sell walk-in ciders as well for people to go? Just like in Denton, we can do that too.
Yeah, so on certain special days, like the Arts Goggle for this past month in Fort Worth, we were doing a special for individual single cans to go with koozies.
Nice.
Just
Nice.
under the rule that only pop them open once you step outside.
Right.
Wow.
So and then consume to your leisure.
That's
your
right.
enjoyment.
Fire.
Yeah,
I love that. I love the freedom to like walk around town,
yeah,
Yeah.
drink a cider, drink a beer. It's nice.
yeah.
It is fantastic.
Takes the stigma off of it too.
It does.
It's just something else.
Yeah.
I could have a Coca-Cola if I wanted to. But,
Yeah.
oh, this is way better.
I mean, people did it anyways. They just brown paper bagged it, and you're like, "What are you drinking?" You're like, "Oh, you'll never know." Now you're just
Now we're out and
now you're
proud.
just out and, like, yeah. You're like, "I'm drinking a
Chaz.
beer."
We thought of doing that as a promotion for to go,
Nice.
but we don't really want our logo on a brown paper sack
That's
if
true.
someone gets a little too out of hand.
You say that, but that was Armadillo when Beer to Go went live. Armadillo made special koozies.
That were, like,
They
brown
were all
paper
brown bags for the
bags.
cans. I loved it. Yeah, Teller brought this big stack and left it at our bar. Like, yes, I will take all of those. This is awesome.
Yep. Classic. So we've got dark maple, what we're drinking. I've had a couple more of yours. The dry cider is really nice.
Yep.
We sell a lot of the dark cherry. Also.
Yes,
Mm.
dark cherry is a very popular one for us.
that's
Does it
one of
taste
the
like
favorites at
cherry, or-
ours.
Yeah, it's the cherry that we do is off dry, so it's only slightly tart. A lot of people are apprehensive at first if they haven't had us before, thinking cherry, it's going to be cough syrupy, medicinal.
Oh, good
It can
point.
turn out that way. Yeah.
So if you're not into cough syrup, they won't. They're afraid. But we tell them it's off dry, it's not too sweet.
I would be
Kind of
interested.
wading into the waters there, and people love it. As
I
soon as
don't.
they
I
see
don't
it.
like
fruit?
cherries.
Do
This
you
is very
add it
interesting.
at the same time as the apple juice,
So-
or are you adding that later in fermentation?
Yeah, we add it later. We rarely co-ferment anything.
Okay.
So it's usually going to just be an apple-based ferment, and then, in the case of the dark cherry, we'll add the cherry juice post-fermentation, sort of like a way to back sweeten it a little bit, while just adding more water and even a touch more apple juice as well, to kind of round out some slight
tweaking
sweetness.
process.
I
Yeah.
think
So
it'd
when
be
you
a
want
good.
this, sorry, go ahead.
I think it'd be a good refresher to remind how cider is made, because we haven't talked about that in a little while. We talk about beer all the time, but I'd love to hear that again. It's like, I think a couple times ago we had someone talk about it, but it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear.
Yeah, so,
Standard process.
yeah.
Let's go.
I know.
That's
I
a
like
good
it.
We,
call.
So it's kind of unfortunate for us because we don't have like a nice short phrase like brewing or anything. So it's all cider making. So you got to take all the syllables.
Just rolls off the tongue.
Right? I don't know what, is that a Latin
Yeah.
origin?
What do you call yourself? I'm sorry to.
Cider man.
Yeah.
Patrick. No, yeah,
Fine.
walked right into that one. No, just a cider maker.
Cider maker.
Cider
Yeah.
maker.
Yeah, it's tough. Like I've struggled with that a couple of times.
What about cider ninja?
I like that.
Ooh, that's nice.
Oh, someone's
I like to
alarm
call
is
myself a
going
beer
off.
ninja. I feel
A
like
beer
cider
ninja, cider
ninja is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not as stealthy as Ninja though. I
Yeah.
feel like I'd be doing them a disservice if I called myself
kind of
a
flump
ninja.
along
Yeah.
into things. and-
Cider master.
Yeah. Still trying to master it.
Okay.
Hiccups from
Okay.
time to
But
time.
anyways, how do you make this cider? How did you do this? This delicious
Yeah,
cider that we're
so you'll just essentially just take the apple juice, pitch your yeast and any nutrient that you need to kind of help spur it along, make sure it doesn't starve out. Pitch the yeast, and then we'll ferment out. Ours usually runs for about 4 to 5 days on a quick week. It could also take up to 2 weeks at times, but usually we're on a good week turnaround for a ferment.
Just from the
That's
same
really nice.
sugars in this apple juice?
Yeah.
So
Nice.
is the apple juice coming in already as juice? Are you
Yes,
processing
yeah.
any apples?
We don't do any pressing. The manpower and equipment would just take up way too much
Yeah.
space.
Yeah, it's a lot of apples.
Yeah, whole lot of apple.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
What is the variance? Like, why can it only do 4 days versus 2 weeks? What changes there?
So when we first started, we used to do a temperature-controlled ferment. So we were, running coolant through our tanks at that point to keep it in a nice tight window, because it was our presumption that that would be, the most repeatable method for us. And then we got a little risky at one point and decided to just let it go, and it fermented out in a week, just normal room temperature.
Nice.
So we thought, okay, let's keep this going. There was no loss in taste or quality or anything.
Oh, wow.
So helps keep us pretty lean and flexible in that sense.
Right on.
That's
Okay.
impressive.
Do you have
Okay.
issues fermenting apple juice like we do when we ferment wort? In that, do you have worries about diacetyl? Do you have to do a diacetyl rest to make sure? Is there anything
What's
special you have to?
diacetyl?
Diacetyl is something that the yeast produces, and given enough time, it will also reabsorb it. Diacetyl is movie theater butter. It's butterscotch. It's a slick mouthfeel.
kind of
It's
like
an
a weird
off flavor,
taste.
and it
Gotcha.
happens when you take the beer away from the yeast too soon. So
Okay.
I'm just not familiar with the cider process
Interesting.
enough to know if you're battling some of those same off flavors, if there's anything special that you do.
There is a risk for off flavors, like you said, that movie theater popcorn butter kind of. But at least for what I'm doing in Texas and Fort Worth, it's going so quickly, the ferment, is that I'm able to, rack it pretty quickly. And we do, add a fining agent because lees during filtration, it will gunk up our works and just make, my half day turn into a day and maybe a day and a half for filtration.
That's why it's so brilliant and pretty
Yeah.
and clear.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the yeast poop?
Yeast poop, any like pectins in the apple juice itself.
Yeast poop is always fun to clean up.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody knows that, but like whenever you open the fermenter tank at the bottom, it just all shoots out. And it's yeast poop. That's what I call it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just a bunch of collection of yeast and it's very thick.
Yeah.
But David Clark said vanilla bean is also pretty legit. You make a vanilla bean.
Thank you, David Clark. We do. We actually made it on a whim a few years ago, not knowing what it would turn into. Because we usually, for the most part, we were doing drier stuff, and the vanilla bean is probably one of the 2 or 3 sweetest that we make right now.
Yeah.
And we add Madagascar vanilla bean.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it tastes like a cream soda.
Oh my gosh.
And
cream apple soda?
Yeah. And it was a major hit, especially
I gotta quit.
in Texas.
I keep
So
leaning on the table and giggling to myself.
no, it's good.
Continue.
So you're just moving all of our.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Let's all do the bend.
This does move really easily. Vanilla bean. And the way we pitch it to people who are unfamiliar with us, that yes, it is an adult cream soda essentially.
Sounds delicious.
like it.
Yeah.
I
So
wouldn't mind that at all. I would love that. That sounds great.
Do you have a pilot system? Do you brew small batches of weird stuff, or do you just brew big batches of weird stuff? Do you stick to the classics?
I do start out small. I use
R&D.
Yeah, I'll use, if I'm using new ingredients, I'll do it on a kind of just a gallon jug at home that I'll mess around with. At the cidery, I will do my pilot system or my test system on just a half barrel cellar keg.
Cool.
That's fitted to blend and carbonate, and then keg off of that. And we'll usually, we'll throw it in the tap room for a weekend, and if it does well, then I'll scale it up for sure.
What's the craziest thing that you put in there? And we're still getting stuff in. Before we answer that, what's the craziest thing that you put in that was surprisingly good, or just turned out terrible?
From David Clark, our 4th host.
Yeah. Crazy. I'm not too sure. I know I was bugged for the longest time to do a lavender cider.
Okay.
And
That
I
sounds delicious.
didn't know really how to go about doing it, so I just got a hold of some lavender flowers and kind of steeped them like a tea. And it was a hit. People really liked it. It was definitely a sweet one. It's not something that I would drink on an everyday basis, but people really liked it. So that was one that I was pleasantly surprised with how it turned out.
I love
Heck
lavender
yes.
and beer. I've never had it in cider, but it's just kind of a little different. It's a little strange.
I like this. I like sage too. Surprisingly, I didn't realize that I would
You know,
like sage. and things.
Remedio from Hop and
That's
Stain, they did lavender and sage. And
That's what I liked.
it was
in
good to
Great
drink, and then
combo.
also I made a lot of soup with it.
there. Ooh.
I do have plans for some sage.
Nice.
Ooh,
Don't
very
know exactly
nice.
how
It's
to
very
implement
cleansing.
it, but yeah.
David Clark said, any plans for the spiced mulled stuff hitting distro in North Texas?
Well,
What's the spiced mulled stuff that he's talking about?
so we did 2 different kinds last year. We did a spiced chai using a chipotle chai.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And then we did a mulled spice cider. I personally preferred the spice chai. So David Clark, around the time of our anniversary in Fort Worth, there might be a spice chai on
December
tap at that
14th.
point. Yes.
Oh.
David, you should be in
December
Fort
14th.
Worth on December 14th, celebrating
Spiced mulled.
with them at
Sounds like it
the
should
wonderful.
be like wassail. Have you ever
Yeah.
served
Like
it
it.
warm? Is that a thing that you ever
We
do?
we do from time to time on really cold days.
like today.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I took the crock pot off today. But
Oh no! Well, because it was warm yesterday.
It was,
I mean, like,
yeah.
Let's be real. It was 75 degrees in Texas, and then it dropped 20 degrees in a night.
yeah.
But
But yeah,
thank you. Thank you.
we will do
Texas.
hot cider from time to time on some of our stuff.
love
Either
that.
like a mulled spice that we had on tap, or just introducing some cinnamon to some pre-existing stuff that we have. So
Heck yeah. Okay. What was your question? You were about to say something, and I decided to say.
Oh, I don't
Clark.
remember now.
He said, "Boom." David Clark said, "Boom."
Oh, David Clark is so excited about
Yeah.
Good.
everything tonight.
Yeah, you are. I love it.
Oh, I don't remember now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I interrupted you.
Part of being short-minded. I got nothing. Once it's gone, it's gone.
It's just gone.
It's-
It's gone forever.
Yeah, it's gone forever.
You made
Into
your
the
hair
abyss.
like really up today.
He's got a faux hawk.
He did.
I know.
was
I was
trying to
trying to
match
match you.
Oh
trying to
yeah.
outdo you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
I'm
mean,
gonna
you
put
just
my
need to
hat
teach
back
me how
on
to
right
put
after
my
this.
hair up because it just is not working. It keeps on falling. I guess my hair is too healthy and heavy. Sorry.
Humble
Right? Well, wasn't meant for the 80s.
You gotta bleach it a few times. Just take all the moisture.
Right?
You
Just
know?
like suck it dry.
It needs a perm.
Yeah, see, I like
All
moisturizer.
right, you got to
all
take
the
off your
time.
hat. Come on, let's see
That's
the
where you went wrong.
make a
Okay.
faux hawk or something. Come on, press. Oh,
Look at that full head of hair, too, man.
dude, you got sweet hair.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do. Now we're rocking all the hairs.
it's way too
Yeah.
thick, is what it is, and I
This
blame my
is
mom.
problem. Yeah, I get fro hair.
You know, like men
so bad.
would love to have your thick hair because some of them are going bald. So you should be like,
Oh, I'm
"That's
going
not a
bald.
problem."
Grateful.
I'm going
Are
bald
you
right
Are
now.
you going bald? Where?
Yeah, right here on the front.
No.
Dude, I get my hair thinned out. There's too much.
hair?
It's too
Is this
much.
hair talk on Denton Radio?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is beer talk. This is Free Beer Friday. Sorry, we're talking. Well, hair has a lot to do with the
Drink
beer
cider.
too.
It's good for your hair.
It is good for your hair. Beer is good for your hops. Is good for your hair. Actually,
Denton Radio
It's
does
good
not
for your
accept-
growth. I'm just
Does not
saying.
make any health claims for
Right.
cider
I know.
and how it may affect your
Well,
hair.
I mean, it is good. Hops and all of that kind of stuff is really good. B vitamins from fermentation. I mean, you got all those like healthy things. I was in France, and I'm pretty sure.
This is how I justify drinking all day.
Right.
Continue.
Well, they were like a 5-barrel brew system, which is pretty big. But they had no rake, which usually you get rakes to mash in. And this man was just stirring it. And I was like, I promise the reason this beer tastes so good is because he had like long hair and everything like that. And I was like, I'm pretty sure some things like sweat and like hair fall in there. Luckily you boil this. Luckily you boil it. So it's all gone and it's food grade. But I'm pretty sure that's why it was so good.
Sweat and love.
I
and
think it is.
tasty
I
love
really
in
do
there.
think
Yeah.
it.
Hair,
And
you
like,
know?
because that was the best beer of the whole entire place. Like the whole entire, like all the breweries that we went in France that day. Nice. And it was delicious. And they made like sours and IPAs and all that kind of stuff. And I saw what he did, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!"
There are a few breweries around here with bigger systems and no rakes. Funky Picnic's a 7-barrel, no rakes.
No, dude.
Harper puts that muscle into it, and then RAR.
And he's just stirring a giant pot.
I believe RAR is a tenor, or
and they just don't have.
Or no, it's not.
Well,
RAR,
that's huge production.
Maybe it was Petticolas.
And just a giant
one
mash paddle, like.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's like
can't get a stuck mash.
worse than trying to canoe.
Yeah, those people can like
get those tries,
lift,
man.
Like you can just lift
Sweet
anything.
Shoulders.
Yeah,
I like that reference right
just
there.
lift.
You just walk up to somebody and go, "Good to see you," and you pick them up, you set them back down, and walk
Here you
away.
go. I'll see you later. Yeah.
Consent.
Okay, yes, that is fair. That is
true. But like,
although if I need to go to the bathroom too, I'm like, "Excuse me." There you go.
Merv it.
But yes. Oh, someone is asking about. David Clark is asking about your barley wine, Betsy.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it's pretty good.
That's all I gotta say about that.
It's
really
actually
tasty.
it's almost gone.
Good job.
But there are 3 barrels of it aging right now. So the unaged barley wine is the one that went to Best Little Brewfest and took bronze.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well played, madam. I'm just kidding.
Good job.
There were only a few kegs left, and I believe we're down to the last one. So the rest of it needs to age longer. The last time I tasted it, it was just not ready, and there's no amount of time that makes it ready. It's just it's ready when it tastes good.
I think you
When
need
it
to
tells
make
you it's
your
ready.
apple pie goza again. Just saying. That needs to be your next
What?
beer.
It's
It's
news to me.
delicious. Yeah, it's delicious.
I'm in the dark.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
And it's tasty.
Apparently, apple pie
so good.
gozas turn out pretty well. It was
Didn't you just put apple pie in it too?
it was Hector's Imperial Goza recipe that I put. There was some apple puree, but also hand minced fresh apples, Granny Smith, and then
It's like a beer cider.
choice.
a
Yeah.
tincture.
I mean,
of,
come on.
like nutmeg and cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Wow. Ingenious.
Has anybody like made a beer cider before? I know that sounds like contradicting, but
Yeah,
like
it's,
if
it's
you
a
have like a
graph.
beer, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
so
graph.
like legally, I have to use 51% malt.
Yeah.
Like I can't make cider. We have different. You've got a wine
you do.
license, right?
Yeah,
that
we're
allows
a
like
wine
mead,
legally.
cider, wine, sake.
Yes.
And I have a beer license, so we're not allowed to brew the same thing.
Really?
But
You
no,
can do 51% is what you're about to say?
yeah, I've got to have at least 51% of my sugar come from the malt. I can use apples, but I cannot use predominantly apples. Are you're allowed to use malt, right? If you want,
I don't believe so.
or not at all?
What if 49%?
So I'm an idiot when it comes to this.
Well,
but I
because
don't.
you don't.
To find
you
out.
know,
Yeah.
and that's
you need
okay.
to make this beer cider
Yeah,
at like 30%.
Yeah,
Whatever you need to
I'm
be.
not. I don't believe we can. I
Okay.
believe it all has to be absolutely fruit based
That's
or
interesting.
honey based, and
Yeah.
yeah, the only grain that we can do is, in the case of sake, rice.
Rice.
So.
Yeah,
Which
I know
is a
that
grain.
not all cider is
That's silly.
gluten free, so I wasn't sure where gluten would come from in the cider world. If anybody out there was using some malt just for funsies, or
Yeah,
Just for
I'm
fun.
not 100% sure, honestly.
S&Gs.
Yeah, I know
Sorry.
everything that we've done to this point, everything that we've introduced, is all been gluten free. Which is kind of goes potentially hand in hand. Why we, my brother had the idea for cider.
okay,
Going back to that, he was developing a really weird allergy, either to the gluten or to hops.
Oh no, not the hops.
Yeah. And
Just like hurt my heart.
I know.
Wait, at that moment, you have to show the tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have like a hop on
Oh,
me.
not the hops.
Like just not the hops. Not the hops.
oh no.
So the
You
So
can make a
yeah,
hop cider and see if it's the hops.
yeah, which is something that we've tried before. We haven't really
yeah?
hit on what we, deem is worthy to put out there for hop cider.
I had a cider.
It's something we try from time to time, and
In
different
ten-
recipes. But
Yeah, in Tennessee, I had a cider in Tennessee that was hopped, and it was pretty decent. I don't remember what.
Would you dry hop a cider? Is
I
that
don't
how you would add
know.
it?
yeah,
Otherwise, it would make it quite bitter.
yeah.
yeah.
I was trying to I think it was sparkling too.
Because
So
you'd
they
want it
just
for
made
the
it beer, but
aroma.
it
You
was
probably
cider.
wouldn't want it for the bitterness. You'd probably just be
Yeah.
dry hopping it with like a fruity, like a lemon drop or mandarin.
I don't know. I think they did like Galaxy because it was called something spacey.
Okay.
I don't know. they did it and it was pretty good, but it's only this like one apple farm, and they don't sell cider. It's just like they have a little cider spot
That might be
for you to
interesting
try
for
it.
like your beer crowd. Like, we are a brewery and we get a lot of people that are a cider crowd, and that's why we carry your ciders so that we can have something to give them. Maybe you need a beer-esque cider, a dry hopped, something dry.
Double dry hop.
No, I'm
cider.
definitely open to it for sure.
DDH cider.
I think we just planned a collab.
Yeah.
Ooh, did they?
Oh, didn't Shaxberry have a dry hopped? Don't I feel like that? There was a hop bite to it. Nobody.
You're gonna have to research.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody out there knows.
Nathan Roberts really. You guys go.
He's
now.
got a lot to say.
Oh, Granny Smith.
He loves
Hold
Granny
on.
Smith.
We got Granny Smith, and I guess that's for you, Betsy. And then Nathan also said, "Whoa, that's a mead what's a mead regulation?"
So mead technically falls into our wine category.
Death metal band mead regulation.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's a tremendous point for the metal band name. I do that every single day. I come up with something weird that just sparks my head.
Yeah.
Ideas, man.
But yeah, no, mead, not something that we've done yet. Kind of just keep it specific to ciders. But yeah, mead definitely, we could do that under our permit. So
Nice. If you don't know, mead is just fermented
Honey.
with honey. That's the sugar that the yeast eats.
Instead of from a grain or from
Grape.
apple or fruit.
And it
or-
usually
yeah,
comes off like the
grape.
strength of
Yeah.
wine. It tends to be like 12, 14%
Yeah.
up there, and it tends to be pretty sweet.
Kind of like sake. Like
Yeah.
sake and
Yeah, like wine strength. Yeah.
wine. I do like some mead. Those are always tasties.
yeah, I've.
You're just gonna do all the things.
I'm
We're telling you.
Throw 'em all.
I'm
you're
open
making
to 'em.
everything now.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah,
no
make us a
longer
graph,
just a
make us a
cidery.
mead.
I still have a little bit of
We
bandwidth
would like
left,
some
so I'm
sake.
open to any and all
I mean,
ideas.
but your
Doing sake
cider,
yet?
you already mastered
We
cider.
we've thought about it. Yeah,
So you mastered it. This is fantastic.
mastered.
Yep.
No,
No, it's.
no.
No, it's
I'm
good.
telling you, I don't like cider. I said this last week. I don't like cider, and I like this cider.
Well, thank
so,
you, thank you.
Just
It's awesome.
saying.
I appreciate
And it's
it.
strong.
Good
It's like
open.
6.9.
6.9.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm just gonna have to. You might have. I gotta go to 80s night. I gotta drive.
Oh.
You might have to have the rest
Well,
of this.
his has been
I
empty
need-
for 20 minutes.
I know. I need more alcohol all the time. Wait, here,
There we
yeah,
go.
give me some.
This
I
is
am
what
all
we
about
do. I'll
that.
just finish that.
I
off.
get to
See,
keep
this is how we take care of each
drinking.
other.
Yeah.
This is how we take care of each other. Is that
He
he'll
keeps
take
you
my-
sober, you keep him unsober.
Yep. Yeah.
There you go, honey.
Done.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, I
Miss
love that.
Easley.
I love you, honey.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
But yeah, I'm gonna. I wonder. Do you guys have your cider over at Legacy Hall?
We do not, to my knowledge.
That might
Well,
need
you
to
should
be
tell
out
him.
for that. I know. I'm gonna
Exactly.
go there and be like, you
Listen
guys
up,
need
Legacy
a cider.
Hall.
Like,
okay?
excuse me.
Right now.
Yeah, like no, like they have a
gonna
great
happen.
brewery there, but like they got cocktails and beer, and I don't think they have ciders yet. So I haven't seen one on tap yet.
Well, they need some.
I know they do. They
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
do. Well,
on
what
that.
else can people come up here and try? Is it just the maple tonight?
Tonight, yeah, we just have the maple.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
oh
Unfortunately.
no, it's okay.
Um,
it's
good.
delicious. Like,
I didn't know what to
Yeah.
expect. It was
Yeah.
my
Come
first
try the
time
maple.
doing this.
Nothing to
Yeah.
say sorry about that.
Yeah, this is delicious.
This
and I
is
think everybody
wonderful.
should drink the dark maple cider. But what are you guys gonna get over at the Monk?
Well, right now we've got the dark maple on draft, but we've had the dark cherry. We've in cans we have. Oh wait, no, I think we're out of mojito. I'm not gonna say that.
Which is fun. It's a
That thing's
seasonal, so we're
amazing.
past season
Yeah.
on that anyway.
But we have the vanilla bean. And I think we have some pineapple left, right?
Sweet, go get you some at the Monk then.
Okay.
Let's go back and take inventory
Yeah.
on what's in cans.
We're gonna go
Yeah.
take inventory.
With our mouths.
Oh
Try
yes.
them, see if they're still good. It'll be good.
Let's tell you inventory.
Nathan said 80s night, and can you scroll it down a little bit? I don't know what
Oh
else
yeah,
to say.
you want to?
This is ladies'
It
night.
is night. This is the latest night.
Yeah. Okay, so that's about it. Are we
Oh,
gonna
this
go,
is gonna be a good night.
Are y'all gonna go drink some more cider over at the Monk?
Yeah, that's my plan. You want to come drink some more?
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
do this. Let's
I'm
go
gonna
back and party.
Get some,
Yeah.
shawarmas, like you were talking about. for,
I said you should. Well,
Filet
I was actually
mignon.
berating you, filet mignon and lobster tails,
like,
and you were
"Ugh."
like, "Ooh, that sounds delightful."
falafel shawarmas.
Falafel
Yes.
shawarma.
Yeah.
Falafel girl.
They got some good chicken.
Okay,
too,
send me
like
pictures.
falafel. Yeah, I will.
Love falafel.
Okay.
will.
All right.
They also got a really great bratwurst and like Wiener Schnitzel.
What?
Good stuff. They got a little German,
German
restaurant. Yeah, they do. They totally do.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Yeah, let me know how this goes.
Cheers.
And then let's go. Yeah, let's go drink some more.
Yep.
Okay. Cheers, cheers.
Do it.
Oh, I was like,
Cheers, 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 cheers.
cheers.
Oh,
And here's to Locust Cider.
yeah, this
That's
is wonderful.
delicious.
And guys,
Have a good night.
Don't make a
that's
mess.
right.
Go have
Thank
fun.
you for
and
joining
see you
us.
at the monk later.
That's right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want to thank our partners and sponsors who made this show possible. And now stick around for a word from all of us here at Discover Denton. Do you love live music? If so, make Denton, Texas your next vacation. Find more information at discoverdenton.com.